So people keep saying that AI is gonna kill the software developer job and no one's gonna code anymore, blah, blah, blah. But that's not true because a lot of the real engineering skills are gained from practical work and years of experiences. And those are something not gonna replace by AI in a second. So what you gotta learn in 2025 is how to best co-work with AI to build your software. And that's where TRAE Cue comes in handy. It's a useful tool that can take the boring stuff off your plate so that you can focus on real coding work. In this video, I'm going to show you several common scenarios where you can use TRAE Cue to help you code faster. So the first common scenario is in code editing. So TRAE Cue can actually help you edit faster with predictions and smart completions. And the first thing is about auto-import language dependencies. So you can see that right now our file is using C++. So Cue automatically detects our language dependencies and suggests an install. So we can click on this and you can see that the dependency installed immediately. And secondly, you must bump into a lot of scenarios where you need to edit your functions or edit your class, and sometimes you want to add a parameter. So for example, under the users, I also want to add another parameter under it. If we add a user's phone number, it's actually asking us to tap to update all our user type. So here we can tap, and now you can see it's actually adding a phone. And then we can tap here. Just after 2 to 3 taps, we just updated the phone number under our user type. And another common use case is to use Cue to help you complete some common coding logics like if-else or for loops or like error handlings. So for example, in this main function, we're getting a new service and I want to add a error handling under it. So what I can do is just simply click tab. So you can see that it actually helps us complete all the error handlings with Cue. And it can also help us complete some simple coding logic like fetch. And this is useful when you want to set up like service calls, API integrations, and things like that. So Cue can help you reduce the dirty work of these common request patterns while you still gotta decide what logic you're gonna implement. So another common use case in code editing is renaming your variables. So for here, I want to change the name to username. So if I just click tab and then change this to username. So if we go to the function where we use the name under users, then we can change all the names to username here with just one tab. And if we go to another file where we are going to call the username variable, you can also change the name with Cue. And this is super helpful for things like smart refactoring. So besides code editing, another common use case for Cue is using it to maintain coding best practices. And this can help both individuals and teams to maintain their coding best practices much easier. So the first thing is about adding comments to your code. So for example, if we want to add some comments here, instead of typing it ourselves, you can see that Cue is giving us some suggestions, and we can just tap to add comments. And besides adding comments, Cue can also help you adding more logs to help you with like debugging or handling any error messages. And this is super helpful to maintaining your team consistencies, coding best practices inside your code base. Because we know that there are times that you might forget about your previous coding styles or what your other teammates are doing for their namings or for their like loggings. So Cue can help you keep all these coding best practices on track. And another common use is around testing. So for example, if we want to test the main function, and then you can see that Cue is actually suggesting the test cases for us. So we can just click tab and then finish up this test case pretty easy. If we want to test something more, we can also just put in the comments and then asking Cue to complete our test. And last but not least, I know that sometimes you just want to keep it quiet and just focus on coding by yourself instead of like letting AI do the work. So here, if you click on the tab in the bottom of our IDE, we also offer several options for you to control how you want to use Cue. So you can either switch it on and off. So now that we just switch it off, so that Cue is no longer showing us suggestions right now. And if we open it up, we can also set the snooze time for Cue. So for example, if we set it for an hour, right now we can get back to our code and then you won't see any smart suggestions and you can focus on deep coding by yourself. So this is all for the common use cases on how you can use Cue. We've covered code editings like smart rename, auto import, adding common coding patterns, and using tab to change things in multiple files. And we've also covered how to use Cue to maintain coding best practices by letting it writing comments, writing test cases, writing logs and error handlings for you. I hope this is helpful to you, and I hope this video can help you learn how to best working with AI using the TRAE Cue feature.